In principle, I agree. In practice, it's not so black and white. So let's talk about this for a second. If you're curious where this comment came from, I would suggest watching my last video where I talk about tipping culture in America and how corporate greed has really ruined it for the people who are reliant on tips. But this comment specifically states that things like Burger King, McDonald's, any fast food kind of jobs, waiters, waitresses, are meant to be temporary jobs in which people only really have them whenever they're in high school or college, right? They kind of see them more as stepping stone jobs. And to some degree, I kind of agree. I think something that's really great about these kinds of jobs is that they are temporary relief. I have worked with all sorts of people in the restaurant industry. I mean, former felons, people who have really not so great mental disorders and couldn't get a regular job anywhere else. People who are drug addicts, homeless people. Like, honestly, it's kind of nice that restaurant jobs, I mean, anyone can really get one. However, as of recent circumstances, with the economy being in the fucking toilet, gas prices being more expensive than ever, grocery prices skyrocketing like nobody's business, the cost of living is absolutely astronomical, not to mention that the average age of buying a house now is 59 years old, which is a deeply depressing statistic. I think it's a little arrogant and ignorant to say that these jobs are only really usable in college and high school. That's not how the world works anymore. When it costs you upwards of $85,000 to $100,000 to go to school to get a degree that's not even guaranteed to get you a job because most jobs are actively being replaced by AI or outsourcing to different countries, then it's not really realistic to say that these types of jobs that are manual labor that anyone could do aren't still very viable and very valuable to people who might not be able to go to college. I'm in a very, very fortunate circumstance right now, and I completely acknowledge that. My parents are actively paying my way through college, and I am deeply grateful for that. If it wasn't for them, I would have to take out student loans, and I would be in the fucking gutter in like 3 years. And I acknowledge that there is not a whole lot of people out there who can be in my same situation. So whenever I see older people taking up restaurant jobs, I don't think, oh, well, they should just go to college and get a degree. I think, right, the system has fucking failed them and they can't realistically get a degree. So this is what they need to do in the meantime. Not to mention that actually one of my coworkers is a waitress who has a college degree in education and still has to waitress on the side. The economy sucks, man.